If you don't pay attention to safety on your kayak, you're going to regret it one day. Let me go over the top things you need to have on your kayak to have a safe trip. The experts say that it's a matter of when, not if, you're going to flip your kayak. And that leads to the first and most obvious safety tool you need to have on your kayak. And that's a PFD. Now, I fish in like 2 or 3 feet of water, and I always wear my PFD. I think there's only 2 videos across the 700 that I've done where someone has caught me without my PFD on. And, you know, since I'm paddling across the ICW where it does get deep, you know, I could flip. So, hack number 1. You need to have a small tube of suntan lotion on your kayak because you need to refresh the lotion every couple hours. You don't want to get skin cancer, and you don't want to come home looking like a lobster. Number 3, first aid kit. You can either get a pre-made first aid kit or make up one to augment a pre-made one, but you need to have stuff to take care of cuts and nicks, and especially if you get a hook caught in your finger. I always have some alcohol preps where I'm going to rub that on there just to make sure it's all cleaned out. And related to the first aid kit is a hook remover. This is going to happen to you at some point in your fishing career, and rather than having to press down the barb and flip it out, much better to have a professional hook remover to make that a little bit easier for you. Now, getting into emergencies, 2 things I recommend you have. I've got a flare kit here. I fish inshore, so that's probably more useful to me than those of you who fish on fresh water. And we all know about the need for an emergency beacon that I've talked about in other videos. But here's one that you may not have heard of. It is a rescue streamer. And I'm not going to take this out because I'll never get it back in, but what this does, I'll show you right here, is it lays out a large orange panel that makes it easier for the rescuers to find you. And are you willing to take a risk with your life? Every minute's going to count if you need this. Hopefully you never will. The next item you need to have on your kayak is some of this Gorilla Tape. Now, this is more relevant to those of you who do kayaking where there are rapids, where you could crack your kayak. Some of this Gorilla Tape can be an emergency repair to that crack and allow you to get back to the boat launch. And finally, you need to have a dry bag with emergency clothes in it. Now, I've got a hack where I'll show you in another video. If I've already done it, I'll show it, link it up right here. But what I use is a vacuum sealer bag, a gallon bag. I get them from outofair.com. They're very inexpensive there, and it doesn't take up as much room as one of these dry bags. Whoa, I got to interrupt. I was about to wrap up. I forgot about the stand-up assist rope. You need to have a stand-up assist rope on your kayak so you can leverage yourself up and not wobble and flip over. You've got to have a stand-up assist rope, and it can also be used as a rescue ladder that I've shown in another video. So there you go. Those are the top safety items that I recommend everyone have